Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is super exciting because I'm going to be talking about two of my absolute favorite things in this world, and that is of course makeup and Harry Potter. So Ulta just released a Harry Potter collaboration with their own brand. It includes 4 palettes, 4 crayons, and 4 glosses. I didn't go for the whole collection. Some of it was sold out by the time I got to it, but I did get 2 palettes. I got the Hufflepuff and the Ravenclaw palette. I've taken the Pottermore quiz a bunch of times that selects like your house, and 2 times it gave me Ravenclaw, 1 time it gave me Hufflepuff, and I also really liked both of these palettes. I loved the Gryffindor and the Slytherin one as well, but I chose to select the 2 that Pottermore has told me that I am. I also just thought that the Gryffindor palette is a lot like a lot of the products that I already have in my collection. I don't have any blue eyeshadow palettes. I don't wear blue eyeshadow that often, so I went ahead and went for it. Ravenclaw is my house after all, and we have to rep it somehow. Besides the palettes, I got 2 glosses. I got the Platform 9 3/4 gloss, and I got the Hedwig gloss. They also launched a set of brushes. Now the set of brushes to me personally was a little disappointing because it was just like a very plain marble design, white bristles, and then it just had like names that were Harry Potter related. But it's a Harry Potter makeup line, so how can you not make brushes that are wands? I have this set of brushes here that my husband got for me a while back for my birthday or Christmas. It was like part of a gift. And he got them, I think, off of Amazon. I know Storybook Cosmetics also sells them. I like them for decorative purposes, and because I'm obsessed with Harry Potter, I did not use them in today's video because I don't think that they're fantastic quality brushes, but just like the handles is what matters. So the fact that the ones that got released at Ulta were so kind of like plain was a little disappointing for me. They should have been wands. Come on, it was right there. In this video, we're going to be doing 3 looks total. I did 1 look with Hufflepuff, 1 look with Ravenclaw, and then I asked to see which palette you guys would like better to do the 3rd look with, and you guys voted Hufflepuff over on my Instagram account. So we did a 2nd look with the Hufflepuff palette, which is the one that I am wearing right now. So we have 3 looks total. And before we get into the swatches, I want to say I had never tried Ulta eyeshadow formula. I don't have anything that was Ulta brand before, so I did not know what to expect. When it came to this, I figured it was affordable. To be honest, I thought the products might be not as good of a quality as I am used to. I'll tell you guys what I think about all that by the end of the video. But for now, let's go ahead and swatch the palettes. I'll start with Hufflepuff. Alright, so here's the Hufflepuff palette swatch. We have the colors Sherbert, Sunset, Lumos. I love some of these names because they're very classic Harry Potter things, like Lumos and Golden Snitch, Galleon. Then we have Earth, we have Honest, which is one of the qualities of Hufflepuffs. Then we have Rust and Bureau. So as you can see, they swatch amazingly. This took no effort. I didn't have to go over any colors except for like the Sherbert here, which still doesn't show up much because it's the color of my skin. But I mean, the swatch is amazing. I also love how they put the qualities of the houses inside the tops of the palette. So for Hufflepuff is dedication, loyalty, and patience are like virtues of the students that are part of the Hufflepuff house. If you guys don't know anything about Harry Potter, I apologize. Come back for the next video. I'm just going to probably nerd out a little bit on this one. And here's the 2nd set of swatches. So we have Natural, Fang, which is Hagrid's dog. We have Box Buttons, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. We have Hedwig, which is Harry Potter's owl, she's an angel. Pigwidgeon, I think is how you say that. Ghost, Bark, Pixie, and Twilight. And in the inside of this palette, it has the qualities of wit, wisdom, and learning. And again, 0 complaints about how these swatch. You can see how nice and pigmented they are. I really love the formula of the shimmer shades. They went on really, really nicely. I did have a little bit of a struggle with the mattes. You guys will probably see it when you see the looks, and there is things that you don't even see with the looks because I have to keep the video not super long, so you don't see how many times I go back and blend and go back and blend. With this palette and these matte formulas, I had to do a lot more blending than I do with my higher quality palettes, but again, it is a super affordable palette. The pigment is there. It'll just take you like 5 extra minutes to blend a little harder if you're a Harry Potter lover like me and want to have these palettes. So let me go ahead and show you all 3 looks, and when I'm back I'll show you the gloss swatches and tell you guys my final thoughts on what I thought of this collection. Alright, so let's start the look with the Hufflepuff palette, and the first color we're going to use is the color Sherbet, and this is going to be our base color. So I'm going to tap it underneath my brow all the way down to my crease, all across with an all over brush. Just something nice and big that will occupy a lot of space. Back with that color Sherbet a second time and just create a nice base. I have the JH30 and the color Galleon, and we're going to use that color as a transition shade. Whoa, that is a lot. That's nice. That's so pigmented. I mean, so far so good, Ulta. Honestly, much better than I was expecting, I think. So let's keep going. It's like a real bright yellow shade, like if gold wasn't metallic. They nailed it, and I think it works perfect as a transition shade, and I love that it's a very nice yellow shade, very Hufflepuff. I'm going to deepen things up with the color Earth on my Sigma E25. So I'm first pressing it right here on the outer corner, and with the tip of this brush I'm just going to blend that into the color Galleon. Back to the JH30, I'm just making sure that things diffuse nicely on the crease. I'm going to do a little bit more Earth. Okay, so this is what things are looking like. I do think the color Earth is a little bit patchy, but I feel like I'm comfortable with the way it looks right now. Let's keep going. With the tip of my finger, I'm going to grab the color Sunset, and I'm going to put it on the eyelid. And now I'm going to grab the color Luminous with my reference number 2 and put it in the inner third of the eye and the inner corner. Okay, and this is what things are looking like. For some reason today I decided to work around the mascara that I already had there, so my apologies. Let's do the bottom of the eye. So back with the color Earth on an E36 from Morphe, I'm going to smudge it right underneath my lashes, just back and forth with a tiny brush. And then with an M433 in the color Galleon, we're going to smoke that out even further, just the way we did on top. I think I want to do a little bit of golden snitch right in the center of the eyelid here. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay, this is my first Hufflepuff look. I really like it, and I am very pleasantly surprised by the quality of these eyeshadows. I honestly didn't think much of them. I haven't ever tried Ulta Beauty like eyeshadows or anything like that, but these are nice. They kind of remind me of like the Morphe eyeshadow quality, I think. So I don't know, I really enjoyed playing with this palette, and this is my Hufflepuff look. Let's start this Ravenclaw look. I'm going to use the color Natural, and I'm going to set the concealer with it, and I'm just going to put it all over my eyelid all the way up to the brow as a base shade, and set my concealer with it. And I'm just using a big soft all over eyeshadow brush. I'm going to get the color Bark on the JH30, and I'm going to do windshield wiper motions with that color so we can diffuse it and use it as a transition shade. So just back and forth with that brush, we are diffusing. And I went back 2 times to get more product so that I can get it to this level of intensity that you're seeing here. Let me just make sure nothing's patchy. With the E25 from Sigma and the color Fang, I'm going to deepen up the outer corner of the eye. For some reason, blue eyeshadow makes me nervous. Alright, so once I have that color there, I'm going to blend it up, and I'm doing little circles with the tip of the E25 brush. Back with the JH30, nothing on it. I'm going over any edges I might have created. Alright, and I went back a couple times, added a little more intensity to the outer corner, blended the crease out a little bit more, just repeated the same steps you saw me doing a couple more times. And this is where I am. I feel like that still looks a little patchy, but I can't move it anymore. So I'm going to keep going, and maybe by the end it'll all look good. I'm going to use the light blue Frosty shade and put it all over the eyelid. Just patting it with my finger. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. And once again with my JH30, I'm going to just run it through, make sure things blend seamlessly into one another. I grabbed a little bit more bark and I'm working it from the outside in. A little bit more fang as well. I don't want to lose any of the colors I've been using, so I'm kind of retouching them a little bit. Underneath the eye with the color bark, I'm going to go ahead and back and forth smoke my lower lash line with the E36 brush from Morphe. And then I mix the colors bark and natural, and I am smoking that out. Lastly, I'm going to put the color Hedwig right here on the inner corner. Just tap it on that inner corner. It's really nice. So pigmented and bright. Here we are. Let me put on some mascara and show you the final Ravenclaw look. Alright, I'm back, and this right here is the Ravenclaw look. I really love that frosty blue shade. It's really nice. This is, I think, the first time ever I do a blue eyeshadow look on this channel. Blue eyeshadow is just usually not my favorite thing in the world. I feel like this is the first time I've ever done a bluish look and liked it. I guess that's not entirely true, because in the Desi and Katie Francation palette there is a blue that I used and I really liked as well, but it just doesn't happen often. That is my point, and I'm very happy with the way this Ravenclaw look came up. Okay, so I asked you guys on Instagram with absolutely zero context which palette, and 62% of you are saying the Hufflepuff, and the reason I asked this question was because I wanted to know which palette to do a second look with. I already did a look for Hufflepuff and a look for Ravenclaw, and I guess I'll do another look for Hufflepuff. I was secretly wishing that Ravenclaw would win because I never do blue looks and I kind of like the one I did, but you guys have spoken, we'll do Hufflepuff. So here we are, and I'm going to use the color Sherbert on a big fluffy brush to set the crease with. Just back and forth with that big fluffy brush. And with that same brush, I'm going to go in with Galleon, and we're going to do back and forth windshield wiper motions to have a nice yellow Hufflepuff crease. I'm adding a lot of Galleon. I want it to be nice and vibrant because there's a lot of colors we're going to mix into it afterwards. Next, with a smaller blending pointy brush, this is the Morphe M505, I'm grabbing the color Honest and I'm putting it right here on the outer corner of the eye. And I'm just first patting it in place right back here, and then I'm going to start mixing it into the crease of my eye. Blend, blend, blend. I went back for more Honest a couple times, and I just intensified it and built it up a little bit right here on the crease of the eye. And now with the big fluffy brush that I applied Galleon with, I'm going to blend things even further up here. Next, I'm going to go in with the color Burrow right here in the tip of my finger, and I'm going to pat it in the center towards the outer corner of the eye. And then I'm going to apply the color Rust right here at the beginning of the eyelid all the way to the center. Back with the Morphe M505, I'm going around any edges to make sure things blend. And lastly, I'm going to apply a little bit of the color Lumus right here to the center, just to brighten things up a little bit. I'm back with some makeup on, and let's just go ahead and do some under eyes. With my Refer 03 in the color Honest, I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. Just back and forth, pat that color Honest underneath your lashes. And then with my M506 from Morphe and the color Galleon, we are going to smoke that out. Last but not least, we're going to light up the inner corner with the color Lumus. And this right here is the second Hufflepuff look. Let me put on some mascara and show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm back, and this is the second Hufflepuff look. My lashes look a little clumpy because this is my second time putting on mascara today, and so it's never the same as when your eyes are like fully clean, but that's okay. I really don't feel like putting on lashes, so this is what you get. This is my second look. I think the first look I created with the Hufflepuff palette I liked a little bit more than this one, but I do really like how nice the cool tones and the warm tones can be combined with this palette, so that is always fun. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed all three looks. Okay, I'm back. Let's go ahead and talk about these glosses. So first, let me show you a little close-up of them because I really love the packaging. This one here is Hedwig. It has Harry's owl with a letter, and then I really love the top of these components with the little gold details. They're just so freaking beautiful. Then we have Platform 9 3/4 here, which is a little bit peachier, and of course the top has the same kind of detailing. The gloss that I'm wearing right now is Hedwig, and you can see it has like the nice super bright whitish type of sparkle in there. I am wearing it with a lip liner. The smell is good, but I'm not obsessed with it, and I do like that they're not sticky. I hate sticky glosses. These are not sticky. So if you like glosses and you like Harry Potter, I definitely recommend these. Let me change the gloss and show you the other one. Let's try the Platform 9 3/4. I didn't even fix my lip liner. Alright, so this is Platform 9 3/4. I think the other one looked shinier because it had the micro little glitters in there. This one's a little more natural looking, but it's still really beautiful. Alright, so the only negative for me in this collection, besides the brushes having been boring with as much potential as they had, is that the matte shades do not blend easy into one another. I had to go back and forth with colors that I was trying to blend into each other to create a nice blown out look. And it might be because like I was combining gray with yellow or like deep burgundy with yellow and things like that. Like the colors were very different, but regardless of that, I didn't find that they blended as nicely as they could have blended. With that said, you spend a little bit more time and you get the look that you are wanting, so that is the positive right there. I love the way that these palettes were laid out. I did not find myself wanting any extra colors from either one of them, and they're 9-pan eyeshadow palettes. They're not that big. There's not that many choices. In each pan, there is a base color, there is a highlight color, there is a transition color, a color that you can deepen things with, and some statement shimmer shades for the eyelid. Let me show you with this one. And I don't have the other two, but if these two were laid out like that, I'm pretty sure that those have like the same thought behind them. Again, here's the Hufflepuff one. We have a base color, transition color, deep matte shades that you can darken things with, some nice statement shimmers that you can put on the eyelid, and a beautiful highlight. So I didn't find myself thinking at any point that I had to reach for anything else but the palette in front of me to create looks, and I absolutely love that about these palettes. I think they were laid out beautifully. I love the names, I love Harry Potter, and I do love that they came out with Harry Potter inspired makeup because it's like my two favorite things in the world combined. So I love that about this collection. I do have one more thing to tell you before I finish up this video, and that is that the reason that I bought this collection a little late, once some of the products were sold out, was because I thought about not making this video. And that is because J.K. Rowling has been on Twitter talking about trans rights in a way that I did not like or support, because I feel like people should be able to do with their body what they want. And I was thinking of not supporting this makeup launch because I don't want to support her, because I don't like what she's been posting on Twitter basically. But then after a couple of days, I decided that I love Harry Potter. At this point, Harry Potter is just much bigger than her. It's her creation, but it's part of my life and my childhood and me growing up, and I have a connection with Harry Potter. So then that's why I decided to go for it and make this video and try the products, because me not agreeing with her on a subject cannot take away the connection that I feel to the Harry Potter series. So I hope that makes sense to you, and I think that is it for this video. I truly hope that you guys liked all three looks and that you liked me talking about this collection and being a little nerdy with you on this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!